so Jennifer can send. You gotta take a picture of yourself.
There you go, scanners.
I think they know she's here.
Okay. Have you ever gone to see a movie right before it starts, a baby starts crying? How about during a sermon at church when the pastor is about to make a point and you can't hear over a baby crying? My son Emilio just turned 3 months old, and when he cries during the Sunday services, it's a bit embarrassing. Today I'll be demonstrating how to stop a baby from crying. I'm going to be using a 6-step process that has worked very well through my new role as a mom. An extension of my 6-step process is an advanced 4-step process that takes a bit of time if your baby is crying longer than expected. Contacting your pediatrician can further your investigation with a checkup. Let's start with why babies cry in the first place. Babies cry to communicate what they need from the caregiver. The caregiver's job is to become a bit of a detective and solve the reasons why the baby is crying. Let's go over the easy 6-step process. First step, I'll check his diaper. If needed, I will change it. It always helps if the wet naps aren't cold so it won't stun him to the touch. If cold, try cupping the wet naps with your hands and blowing with your mouth hot air onto the wet naps, or store it in a warm place. Make sure there is no sign of diaper rash. This can cause irritation. Look on the back of the infant's legs, the anal and growing area. Second step, I would try feeding or nursing him. If feeding from a bottle, make sure the milk is lukewarm by testing it on your wrist like so. Usually after nursing infants, they fall asleep because they are full. So before they fall asleep, burp them by patting their back so they won't complain of gas pains later. Listen for at least 2 to 3 burps every 2 to 4 ounces of milk. Step 3. Talk to him right against his ear. You don't have to actually make sense, just make your voice heard. The infant knows the voice of his mother over any other. Beginning in the womb, a mother's voice to an infant is very distinctive and calming. Singing is an option. If you're not the mother to the infant, talk or sing in a soft, medium pitched tone. Fourth step. I bounce him in my arms against my chest while patting him on the back. The infant likes to hear the sound of your heartbeat, and patting him on the back is an extra sense of comfort and security. Fifth step. Pace back and forth on the longest strip of walking area wherever you are. Infants like being in motion, hence the bouncer that were invented. Sixth step is to do steps 3 through 5 together for maximum effect. And it looks like this. Shh. Shh. Okay? Now that we have gone through the 6-step process, let's now move on to the advanced 4-step process. I learned that the 6-step process solves the general reasons in stopping a baby from crying. If the 6-step process does not seem to work, there may be another reason the baby is still crying. Let's go over the advanced 4-step process. First, checking the temperature of the room compared to his body by looking for signs of being hot or cold. You may see clusters of bumps that have developed on the skin, which are called heat bumps. They can be on the creases of his limbs, on the neck, the back, and face. If his feet and hands and nose are cold to the touch, I would proceed to swaddling him in a blanket, nice and snug. This locks in a constant temperature that should comfort him. Step 2. I would give him a long bubble bath with mild soap and a soft towel. Try not to exceed no more than 10 minutes of being in the bath. We don't want to dry out his skin too much. Third step. Baby's lotion should be massaged into the skin. This will lock in moisture and prevent peeling and itching. If you don't have time for a bath or you're not in the right location, you can use a cool wringed out washcloth. Step 4. Afterwards, I would then go to a very dim room to be alone, making sure that it's quiet. So no TV, no cell phones, just perhaps some soft music or a recording of a rain shower, which is called white noise. This will enhance a calming surrounding. In conclusion, babies cry to communicate what they need from the caregiver. With my 6th and advanced 4-step process, you will be able to manipulate additional tricks from my general steps to stop your baby from crying quickly. My 6th and advanced 4-step process can cover the basis of why an infant is crying and how to overcome their discomforts. Whether you're babysitting or a new parent like me, these steps can give you something to focus on instead of going a bit crazy. You don't have to lose your head. Going through these steps has saved me a lot of time and frustration. Infants can sense you being irritated and angry, and that won't get them to stop crying any quicker. Being calm and collected will improve one's communication with the infant, improves confidence in yourself, and makes a happier baby. My name is Ashley, and that concludes my 6th and advanced 4-step process. Thank you so much.